Hello folks, welcome back to Metro Exodus. So on the last episode we finally finished up in the Caspian region. Now we're on to another interlude episode called Summer. So let's check it out.
I'm coughing. We've left those sands long ago, and it still persists. What does Crest even smoke? It's terrible. In any case, I'm better now.
I hate to interrupt, guys, but you should come to the mess hall. The table is almost served.
Thanks, Stepan. We'll be there in a moment. Shall we go, Artyom? Or shall we stay a little longer? It's so nice. You know, Artyom, I've been looking at Stepan and Katya, you and me, and thinking how lucky we are. It was so different with my parents. It was bad. Did I ever tell you why my mom died? Of course I didn't. It was because of Dad. He used to be even harsher back then. He used to come home from the barracks and reach for the bottle while taking off his boots. They'd quarrel, and then he'd stop appearing for a time. And while he was away, she'd start drinking too, and crying when she was sober. She'd feel better, would get kind of dreamy when drunk. You know how she used to call me? Just A. She'd hug me and say, "One day, A, you and I are going to go to Vladivostok, the city I was born in. And from there to a village on the ocean shore." I was 5 back then and didn't really get much. But I could imagine that village and the ocean so vividly because I believed her. And then she killed herself, drank some kind of poison. Father quit drinking after Mom's death. Didn't ever pay much attention to me, but with her gone, he'd never leave me alone. Took me along everywhere. We only talked about her a couple of times, though. I used to have this doll, Jana. I played make-believe that she was my daughter and we went to the ocean together. Then my father hid it, told me it got lost. He probably didn't want me to agonize over Mom's dream. Then I imagined she grew up and went to Vladivostok. And now I'm going, not to Vladivostok, but with you. The dream came true. By the way, I was always intrigued by what Dad dreams about. He should have some dreams, so what are they? Higher rank? He could choose any. Saving people? What would the saved do next? Sit underground? I never understood him. What does he hope for in life? What makes him happy? Nothing, perhaps. He never really had any time to think about tomorrow. Down in the metro, those thoughts don't come casually. Here on the surface, though. I, for one, have something I want to do. I want to run through the sand barefoot. Build a sand castle for the kids. I'm imagining 2. A boy and a girl. The boy would be a copy of you. We'd go swimming with mountains behind us. Wooden houses on the shore. The sun would wake us up every day, rising from the ocean. That harbor is our destination. Worth going there even if we have half the world to cross. Everyone should have a destination. A point on the map where they aspire to go, and where one could finally be happy. All our guys have their own. We broke out of the metro and are now starting to scatter. Not at once, of course. At first, we're all still running together, searching. But eventually, each of us will find a point like this and stay there. I don't know where my dad's destination is. Don't know where yours is either. But I know I love you a whole lot.
Guess we better be off then.
Go, Artyom. I'll rest some more and join you later.
Just had to make everyone else wait while we sat here and drank and got stoned and whatnot. What is this? What am I doing here? Radio. What's the... Oh. Oh, wow. I can look at all this stuff now. Let's see what this is. Bandits. With no state and its laws, with no pockets of civilization which the new civic society could crystallize around, with no hope of ever going back to normal life, should one be surprised with the rise of anarchy and its consequences? Bandits. Constructing their rudimentary societies around the basest aspects of the human nature. Even in the tunnels of Moscow Metro, where every meter has been divided between the quasi-states, attempting to uphold some semblance of order on their turf, gangs flourish. What could one expect from the world of surface, where there's simply nobody and nothing to stand up to them? On the banks of the Volga, there seem to be a great many bandit gangs. They've somehow agreed on the division or spheres of influence and are more or less happily coexisting, robbing the few remaining or newly founded in the less polluted regions, peaceful survival settlements, and selling their denizens as slaves on the markets in the south. The fanatics. The worship of a giant mutant catfish, intense hatred towards the technology and outsiders, coupled with intense suppression of all individuality and independent thought within the community. What else could one reasonably expect from a mix of primitive mysticism with classic religion seeped with good old founders' cult of personality? I must give the fanatics their dues, though. By banding together, they managed to survive in this wild world, settling a bridge and turning it into a veritable fortress which we had no choice but to take seriously. Their best fighters, the lightning fighters, can fight back against the electric anomalies and even gangs of bandits, compensating for their lack in training by strong motivation rooted in their fanaticism. Submission, or VNKH, my home station, now a part of the VDNKH Commonwealth, together with Alexievskaya and Rizskaya. Living there has been an uneven ride, but I still have fond memories of the time, even though Anna, my wife, would disagree. She positively hated it there, having traded the position of the Order's best sniper for everyday chores of a regular mushroom farmer. Did I scroll on some of these? Okay, Hansa. The most powerful faction of the Metro, the Commonwealth of the stations of the Ring Line. The soldiers in Hansa's employ enjoy the best pay and equipment, and thus are highly motivated to train and perform their duties exceptionally well, making up in proficiency and skill for what they lack in numbers. The only force to be objectively better than the Hansaic forces in terms of professionalism and training is the Spartan Order, which yours truly is honored to be a member of. As far as I was able to surmise from the Colonel's reluctant confession, Hansa is the vehicle of the Invisible Watchers, the real government of Moscow, controlling all the factions from the shadows. They clearly have too much power to just live and let live, and thus engaged in some shady business, including the SHIELD project designed to keep Moscow under an impenetrable blanket of radio jamming to prevent further nuclear strikes against the capital. The project itself would be a benevolent initiative, even if quite misguided, had it not been connected with mass murder of people coming into or trying to leave Moscow, as well as anyone and everyone learning anything about it. Anna and I were captured by the patrol after we saw the Aurora entering the city perimeter, and just for that terrible crime, I was put to the gun. Anna's agony at the moment is something I will not forget them for as long as I live. The cannibals. Cannibals residing in the Yamantau complex suffer from heavy cerebral damage caused by an infectious disease they contracted through their diet, so their words are barely legible. Still, they are exceptionally determined in pursuing their prey, and complete disregard of their own safety makes them a dangerous enemy indeed. Tribals, the local population of the Caspian Desert. Ruthlessly subjugated by a tyrannical criminal empire, the tribals are mostly young and serve their masters willingly, remaining servile and dedicated to them no matter the terrible oppression they are repaid for their service with. All the tribals are devout followers of the cult of the Holy Flame instituted by the Baron, their adherence to the tenets of faith being brutally enforced by their masters to keep them under control. Svarog Oil. The criminal empire ruling the portion of the Caspian Desert we visited was controlled by a supreme ruler called the Baron, using the largest oil rig in the area as his seat of power. Apparently the Baron's climb to power started with the Svarog Oil and Oil Drilling Company, or an oil drilling company, that had been controlling all of the oil extraction in the area when the war broke out. So we see all this stuff. Do we really need to be reading through all this stuff? I mean, I can, but... Oh, this is stuff... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we know the rest of this stuff is going to be a little less interesting to read about, so let's not beat around the bush too long here. Let's go.
What do you know?
Everything is perfect, Artyom. Follow us.
Getting a lot of lag out here. My guns. I'm not going to re-equip until we get to where we're going. And I know what I should be wielding. Oh no. What are we doing here? You let me by?
Sit somewhere nearby.
No, do full lift. Take a seat. Food's getting cold. Drinks getting hot. I simply must talk. I have to warn you.
What did I miss?
You should have seen them dance.
He is
Don't you
incredible.
worry, you'll get another
A
chance.
moment of your attention, please. Half a year on the road, and 4,000 clicks behind us. We have been through a lot. All right, people. I do understand I can't keep it a secret much longer. After a careful study of the satellite maps we've obtained and much deliberation, we've found a place we could call our new home. It is a river valley. There's forest and a hydroelectric power plant.
Yeah.
This place is quite far from densely populated areas, which, as our journey has proven, is important. We're about 2 days away from it now. So, congratulations.
Yeah!
Yet, this is not our last order of business for today. Stepan, Katya.
Oh, rings!
Stepan, Katya, repeat after me. I take you to be my
I
spouse.
take you to be my spouse.
And vow to hold you from this day forward.
And vow to
For
hold
better
you from this day
or
forward,
worse,
for better or for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer,
In sickness and in
in
health.
sickness and in health.
To love and to
To
cherish.
love and to
Until
cherish
death
until
do us
death
part.
do us part.
As the captain of this ship, I hereby pronounce you husband and wife. Live long and be happy. Oh, and Gorka!
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Oh!
Anna, what's happening?
Be careful, people.
Anna, please hold on.
What's happening? What is it, Anna?
What's that cough?
Gotcha. Do something, please.
Don't crowd her, give her air!
Damn.
I'm sorry I didn't say anything.
What are you talking about, baby?
in Yamantau when they dragged me away. That ghoul doctor said my lungs were falling apart. The gas I breathed in that ammo dump said I
How
don't
can you
have long.
believe that monster? We've just been through a desert and all that sand, so that might be the reason. Katya, Artyom, a few words.
I'm all right, Artyom. Go. I'm fine now.
Yeah, coughing up blood, not exactly the definition of fine I would use,
I don't know
but
about this. The old man is furious.
Artyom's getting chewed up today.
So, son, care to tell me what
Colonel,
we do
please.
now?
Let us not panic and think constructively.
So, Katya, what do you think?
I think that trusting some degenerate's diagnosis wouldn't be wise. A move from humid metro into the desert with its dry heat and sandstorms is a stress for lungs.
Yes, I do think she'd be hit really bad right off the start and it'd
My
be
thoughts
gas.
exactly. Thus, first I'll check her condition to the best of my knowledge. Also, we're approaching the valley with its forest air. That alone could heal her.
I'm sorry to intervene, but did something happen?
Anna coughed out some blood.
God. Do you really think it's the sand? Sounds more like TB to me, that's for sure.
TB we can handle. We've got enough antibiotics, and air does help with that.
What if that degenerate was right, Katya? What do we do? Is there a medicine?
There was an air defense battery station in our village. Right on the brink of war, they received a new drug. It saved a lot of people after gas exposure and general poisoning. I'll check my mom's records and find its name. I think it was produced in Novosibirsk.
Right, Novosibirsk. Yermak, your opinion.
For Anna's sake, I'd go to the edges of the earth. As for Novosibirsk, it's about 2,000 cliques.
Then it's decided. We head for the valley. If it is suitable, we settle there. If Anna's state worsens, I'll take a group of volunteers to find that drug. So Katya, please, find that name for us.
I'll find it, don't worry.
One more thing, Artyom. I want no surprises in that valley. You are our most seasoned scout. So take the rail car, one volunteer, and go check everything out before we arrive. Let's go back for now. Tell Anna and the people to calm down. Now I understand why she was so down lately. Just imagine thinking about all that for so long. Here are your orders, everyone. First of all, stay calm. The plan stands. We head for that valley with its fresh air and clean water. Then we go about settling there. If Anna's health...
Dad, please.
I repeat, Anna, in case you start getting worse, there's a drug Katya told us about, so we can go and find it for you, if it is needed.
That sounds like a great plan. I'd also like to say this. Guys, please don't worry. I've been feeling pretty bad as it is for ruining the party.
Oh, come on, you didn't ruin anything.
I just brought myself down to rock bottom over that bastard from Yamantau. Though it must just be the sand and desert climate.
Of course that must be it. We were discussing exactly that just now.
All right, a toast. To you guys. Just be happy together.
To you!
Smooth as silk.
That song about us.
Taking.
Easy as pie.
This is good.
Got a place, a tune, bro. Just please don't sing or I'll be forced to leave.
Well,
Полковник Васин приехал на фронт со своей молодой женой. Полковник Васин созвал свой полк и сказал им: пойдем домой. Мы ведем войну уже 70 лет, нас учили, что жизнь это бой. Но по новым данным разведки мы воевали сами с собой. Я видел генералов, они пьют и едят нашу смерть. Их дети сходят с ума от того, что им нечего больше хотеть. А земля лежит в ржавчине.
Okay, I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I can't take it. I'm more intrigued with the view outside and what's going on out here. Whoa. What's up, buddy? You're missing the song.
Artyom, I wanted to tell you for some time, but hadn't had a chance. Anna asked if I wanted to stay back then. Sure I did. They were my people, even though I couldn't find any relatives. Besides, there are still lots of bandits to kill there. But the Baron is dead. Now Kyul can lead the people. They know those animals can be beaten. Cannon must be beaten. And now they have to fight for their freedom and take it by their own hand. So that not to give it up ever again, despite any odds. Still, the initial push was given by us, by you. I won't forget this, Artyom, and I hope to one day pay this debt back. Kaprak met, brother.
Okay, same to you, I guess. Alright. Let's go back inside. Got anything to say there, bud? Wait a minute. That's probably too advanced. He's still singing. What's up, dude? You got anything to say? No? Alright.
This is definitely about us. There's even a colonel in it.
Yes, it is time we took this land back. And one more thing. We don't want surprises like the ones we had on the Volga or in Yamantau. So we're sending a scouting party ahead on a rail car. Artyom needs a volunteer to support him.
Me! Pick me! I'll check the hell out of that valley, please!
Something makes me think that Alyosha is mainly going to check if there are any Amazons or women in general there.
So we're all set. Frankly, I envy you, Stepan. You got a full family, a wife and child at once. And you don't have to worry about diapers or belly aches.
Envy is a bad thing.
We're not the ones to avoid diapers, Colonel. In fact, we're planning to present Nastya with a little brother, if she doesn't object.
I'd rather get a sister. We could play with dolls together. I could care for her.
You could play Sparta and special operations with your brother.
Ah, cut it out, Stepan. God knows we've had enough of operations. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I'd like to retire. Time to have some life.
You can't retire yet. You're too young.
I am old, Nastya.
You're not.
You said envy was a bad thing, Nastya. But what am I to do? Your mom has you, but my Anna doesn't have a smart girl like you.
Dad!
Don't dad me! A 20-year-old won't even think about children. But I would sure like to see grandchildren at my age.
Yeah, you teach them CQC.
Dual-wielding pistols.
I could come visit you.
Of course, you're welcome, Nastya. The thing is, Grandpa Miller won't give up until he has grandchildren of his own.
Hear that, Artyom? I don't even know what else to say. She's beautiful, sporting.
Yeah, I'm Olympic level with a rifle.
I get not having kids in Metro. Darkness, TB, rats, mutations. But what about here?
All right, Dad. We'll get to work on solving your problem tonight.
At that note, how about a drink? To repopulation of Earth. To kids.
Yes, to children.
To children.
Children!
And one more toast to the new colony. May it grow and prosper.
Hooray! To the new colony!
And to having more women joining.
Alyosha, I never doubted you.
Yes, Alyosha. I don't think you should be worried about that. If we are successful, there will be people joining us. Honest, good people. I'm sure they survive too.
Well, if any bad people decide to show up, they'll be sorry they did.
Oh, definitely. When we're done with the bad apples here, we might think of something to do about Moscow.
That's true.
To love!
To love!
Be too strong.
Good.
It's your turn, Artyom. Come on, impress us.
By doing what? You want me to do a
It's just unbearable.
you do a magic trick? Okay, are we all done here? Just seeing if there's more dialogue going on. Guess not. Alright. Well, okay. I think we've been hanging out long enough. Let's finish this chapter and see what's next.
I can't say I've ever been religious, but right now I'm begging all gods, please, watch over Anna, and make the valley cure her of her affliction. In the meantime, Alyosha and I are on a recon mission. We have no idea of what is waiting for us there, though Alyosha seems convinced that there are going to be crowds of women eagerly anticipating his arrival. If that turns out to be the case, then I have the best companion possible for this mission.
Yes, I must say, I'm rather partial to this valley.
Wow.
Take air for one. Makes your head swim. Never smelled air like this in my life.
Okay, let me just pause right here because I'm going to stop this episode here, and next time probably get back to longer episodes again. Start checking out the Taiga, and yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.